Coming to you from the great state of Wisconsin, this is a CS27 Studios production. You're listening to the Binary Brothers Podcast featuring Ryan and Clay. It's time now to open your ears and prepare your mind because life's too short to be constrained in black and white. So without further ado, here are your hosts, Ryan and Clay.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Binary Brothers Podcast. My name is Clay, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Ryan.
Hey, that's me. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. This is our 21st episode.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while since we've done our last one, though. I mean, we kind of slowed down a little bit over the holiday season.
We did.
And really just over the last couple months.
Yep, there have been some gaps.
Yeah. It happens. Life happens.
Life happens.
You know, but we're still going. Don't you worry.
We're still going, and we're gonna get back to it.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna do even more than just this audio stuff.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna expand. We're gonna get
new
fancy.
Horizons.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna take
fancy
it to the next level.
Classy though. We're gonna keep it.
Naturally, obviously.
Of course.
That's what the Binary Brothers is all about.
Our listeners would expect nothing less.
I mean, I would expect nothing less, so.
Well, yeah. I mean,
right.
We hold ourselves to the highest standard, and that's what makes the show quality.
For sure.
You know?
Absolutely. Anyhow, this episode we are going to be discussing the same thing we discussed this time last year, which was the best of the year in many different categories.
Yeah. We're going to hit you with a bunch of different things, movies, TV shows, albums, songs. We added a couple more things from as compared to last year's episode.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, we're improving every single time,
Right.
So we got to add more.
Give the people more.
Right.
It's what they want.
So that's what we're doing. But before we get into that, we need to, warm ourselves up a little bit. We won't take too long because we got a lot to get into, but
we got a lot of stuff to cover.
We can't skip it, right?
No. I mean, here's the thing. People come here to listen. They expect they're going to get eased into the show. We can't just dive right into it.
Nope. Last time I did that. Last time I dived into something. Or dove in. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
See, that's why I got to warm up. I'm not even speaking right.
Yep. If we started now, it would just be a shambles.
Right. But last time I did that, I freaking pulled a muscle in my back. That was this last weekend.
That's rough.
So,
that's rough. You just went right in.
It was.
You're getting old.
I am.
You can't just jump in, dude. You got to limber up.
Yeah, I did not do that. But
you got to stretch.
I'm learning.
Well, with age comes knowledge. You're gonna have
that's what it comes with. Missing that boat.
Amongst other things. Like easily pulled backs.
Right. So, let's get started. Talking about, what have you been listening to, Ryan?
Ooh, me. I've been listening to a plethora of things. But my favorite song right now is Roses by Benny Blanco and Juice WRLD.
I was going to guess Outkast, but...
That would have been a very good guess. And here's the deal. If Roses by Outkast ever comes on, I'm not turning it off. That's the thing. In fact, I'm going to crank it.
Naturally. And that's the only response you can have to that.
That's what you do. And if you're not cranking Roses when it comes on,
and
just
singing along to it,
get out of the car, get out of my house, wherever we are, you leave because you're wrong.
Just get out of there.
Just get.
Get.
But yeah, Roses. It's one song from Benny Blanco's new album, and it features Juice WRLD, who's a rapper. I guess rapper. Yeah, he's a rapper. It's a thing. Rap as a genre has changed so much.
Yeah.
There's
so many subgenres of it too.
There's so many subgenres. Either way, I like what this guy does. Juice WRLD, he did an album with Future. I like that album. Andy Krieger is obsessed with the song Fine China from that album, which is also a good song. But Roses from Benny Blanco's album good. Love the song. It's got like a chill, a semi-chill vibe, but it's also it's like kind of hard-hitting and energetic at the same time. I don't know, it's weird. Like it starts out kind of slow, but it picks up. I don't know. I dig it. That's kind of like my vibe of like that whole album, because he came out. Benny Blanco came out with a new album called Friends Keep Secrets, and it's in, I guess, seven tracks, 21 minutes. So I guess you'd call that an EP, right?
Yeah, that's not a full album.
Yeah,
At
so
least not by my standard.
no, not by a lot of rappers' standards either. This year was a year filled with ridiculously long albums.
I was gonna say, like, albums seem to, especially in the rap genre, have just like a crap ton of songs
Yeah,
in an album, but their songs are also like 2 minutes long.
yeah, that's the thing.
There's obviously exceptions to that, but that's just kind of part of the genre, right? It's a lot of songs, but just kind of like short and sweet.
It's kind of what it's turning into a little bit, because, you know, I can remember back in the day when, you know, like Lil Wayne, right? Like the Carter 2 or the Carter 3, you know, might be like a 17 track album potentially, right. But, you know, they kind of fill out some of that space with like some skits, which is like a classic thing that,
some filler stuff.
I don't think really happens all that much anymore. You get a lot of like shorter songs. You don't get too many skits on rap albums anymore. And I just remember when they were like always skits on songs. There were 3 or 4 skits on an album. But yeah, I mean, like, there's just like the Carter 5 was just a crap ton of tracks.
That got released this year, right?
Yeah, it finally.
Potentially up for best album of the year.
Potentially up for best album.
Potentially. We haven't started that whole thing yet.
We're not there yet. We're still warming up.
A foreshadowing, maybe, perhaps.
Well, the people have to wait.
Well, right, or they could just skip through it. I mean, they have the power in their hands.
But then you're gonna miss quality content.
That's true.
But yeah, so Roses in particular, off of Benny Blanco's new album, Friends Keep Secrets. That I keep going back to that album over the last couple of weeks. I just keep listening to it over and over again. On repeat. It's a solid album, front to back.
All right.
What about you?
I've been switching. Lately, I've just been shuffling through the discography of both Green Day and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
Just switching back and forth.
Just going through it all?
Yeah, pretty much. And then I hear a song, and I'm like, you know what? How do you play that on guitar? And then go play it on guitar. And by play it on guitar, I mean like strum it a little bit, and then like, all right, that's enough.
Okay. I did a bit of it then.
That's the chord structure. Okay, I got it. Cool. That's all I need.
did it.
That's all I need. Did it. Maybe one day.
You know, that's
impress someone doing this.
It's more than I got. You know, sitting right next to me, within arm's reach, is a very fancy Dave & Buster's guitar that I've played
fancy.
Maybe one chord on ever. It seems as though I get like bored or just like loopy at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes on a weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I should totally play this guitar.
That's what they're for.
No clue what I'm doing, so I end up looking up some YouTube video. I get 5 minutes in, I play one chord, and I'm like, God, this isn't worth it.
Oh. One day it will be, though. One day it will be.
One day I'll sit down and just actually dedicate some time.
A little bit of time. Well, one day we're gonna jam together. I'll show you a couple chords. I'll show you some Red Hot Chili Pepper, Green Day songs to strum to.
I would love that.
Yes.
I could even bring my Metallica guitar pick.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, got it from a Metallica show.
That'll make it so much more metal.
Right? Maybe I'd paint my guitar black, too.
Oh, yeah. So, that's what I've been listening to. It's funny, both of us, or neither of us, have really mentioned, like, Christmas music around this time of year.
Oh, did you think I was going to mention the DMX's rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
No, because I didn't even know about it.
What? Come on. this guy. Yes. Christmas music. If we're gonna talk about it, it's got to be "Christmas in the Hollis" by Run DMC, and then "Rudolph" by DMX.
Oh, that's great.
It's the funny. I'll send it to you. It's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Just imagine DMX singing the least DMX song ever.
That's good stuff.
Yep. I dig Christmas music. I just don't end up playing. You're right. That is funny.
I mean, it gets pretty much shoved down your eardrums this time of year, so you kind of just look for escapes, it seems like.
You know what's funny is, like, I think for one of the first time in my life went out of my way to play Christmas music over the weekend because I knew my wife would like to listen to it, and I haven't actually heard that much Christmas music this year. I don't know if it's just like I haven't been in stores or out and stuff. I go to the office and I listen to what I want to listen to. There's not like ambient music around, so.
Right. Yeah, I haven't, this is one of those few years, I haven't heard or really listened to a lot of Christmas music. And we have it downstairs at my work, but I always have my headphones on, listening to my own stuff. But, I mean, I even have, a Christmas playlist on Spotify for myself, but I haven't even turned that on this year. I don't know. It's been a weird year. Just haven't. Yeah. I haven't even put up my 3 foot tall tree.
This is what the warm up is for.
I know. Yeah, it's so difficult.
So we put up our tree, and first we forgot to plug in the top half. So it's
bottom half tree.
It's a pre-lit tree. I think it's a 4-footer, and we plug it in and turn it on. And only half the tree lit up. And we're like, oh, yeah, forgot to plug the top half to the bottom half. That'll be your problem. But then I went full ridiculous home automation on it. I bought a smart plug, and I did a Google Assistant routine where I say, "'Tis the season."
Did you make the bottom half and top half act separately so they can interchange?
No, but I
rotate or whatever.
Now you're giving me ideas.
I know.
Just other things to do.
I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't think of it yourself.
Well, I mean, I went so far as to "'Tis the season." It turns the lights off. It turns the Christmas tree on. It plays a Christmas music playlist, and then it also plays a fireplace video on my TV.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were just doing something simple here.
So I'm not a rookie out here.
No.
The top bottom half of the tree thing, that's a great idea, and
that's
I might
just icing on the cake, really.
I might be adding it to the routine, but
have it go along with the music, just flickering. That'd be something.
It sure would.
So, all right. Well, we can either, I don't know if you're warmed up enough. We can either do our second part of the warm up, or we can skip it and go straight into best ofs.
I mean, do you have something you're stoked for? Because if you have something you're stoked for, then we can totally...
I feel like the stoked for part right now is just kind of like holiday season.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty self-explanatory is what I'm saying.
Right. So you're excited for holiday season. I'm also excited for holiday season. Our listeners, obviously excited for holiday season.
Yeah.
I have something personally coming up this week.
All right. Then we'll do it. We'll keep the warm-up going. I didn't want to just skip it. I just felt like maybe it might be just, redundant or whatever. And it won't waste people's time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's we covered our shared one. And just as a quick shout out to my wife, we're going to have been married for 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
In a couple days here. So it's our anniversary. Doing our yearly anniversary trek to where we got married and doing the whole thing. We go have dinner at the place we got married, and then we go have breakfast at the place we had breakfast at the morning that we got married, which is like super, like just one of those neat little things we do.
It's nice.
It's going to be different this year, as you know. I'll let the listeners in on it. The place where we had like people stay for our wedding resort in Akachi, it was like it closed. It's closed now.
Yeah, it's no longer there.
It's no longer operating at all. So like the ski resort part of it had been closed for like forever. And then I guess like the night we checked in last year, they had like told everyone that was like living there long term, hey, we're going to be shutting this place down for good. So we're probably hanging out around there having fun and whatever. And other people are probably there like, oh, this is a terrible weekend. We're celebrating our marriage.
Right. And everybody's pissed at you for having a good time. Look at those jamokes.
How dare those jamokes? But yeah,
towners.
3 years of wonderful marital bliss.
Well, that's awesome.
So that's what I'm stoked for. Is
for sure.
My life.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's a good thing to be excited for.
Well, we'll keep it going.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't have anything personal to.
Nothing in particular. I mean,
it's really just it's just holiday season.
It's holiday time. It's the season. 'Tis the season.
Although, I mean, like I kind of said earlier, though, I haven't really gotten into it all that much this year. It's been a weird year so far. Weird holiday.
Yeah.
Season. I don't know. It just.
Yeah, I feel like it's been like for us, it's been fairly low key too.
Yeah, definitely been low key, but even still, just like getting in that spirit, it's just it hasn't come easy this year. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like it's there, it's over there. I could go get it. I could go get that spirit. It's like
grab the spirit by the horns.
Like it's just out of arm's reach. But I just don't want to get out of my chair. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel you.
Like,
I've been there.
I don't know. It's been weird, but I mean that I'll eventually get there. It's just been tough getting there.
Well, your time is limited at this point. I feel like it's got to hit you by the weekend. You know?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I guess.
All right, the jury's out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always tough. It's always tough for me, at least, because my birthday is this weekend.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It's always weird having a birthday, like, right next to Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. I'm just saying.
Oh, and you'll not find it from me, sir. All right, let's get into the best of.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
So,
what do you want to start with?
I think we got to do something random here. We got to do a random one. Let's not go in the order that I posted it.
Yeah.
Posted these categories. I'll just close my eyes here and pick one. All right, there it is. Best song.
Best song.
Best song of the year. Means it came out this year. I don't know. I'm not going to say it has to be on an album that came out this year. It just had to at least been released. So, like, if it was a single, you know, the album maybe the album hasn't even come out yet. Maybe the album's coming out in 2019, but the single has already been released.
Yeah.
I would say that's fine.
Okay.
And I think even going the other way, I would say it's fine if the single was released last year, but the album came out this year. So I'll give some leeway is what I'm trying to say.
All right.
But I don't think it's going to affect at least my choice. But I just want to make the rules clear here.
Well, we have to know the rules. They're There has to be rules.
This isn't, we live in a society.
We live in a society. There are rules, Donnie.
There are rules.
I just watched that the other night. Just because it's been so long, and I loved every moment of it.
Right. So, best song. What do you got?
All right. So all of my options that I came up with were all firmly planted in the year of 2018. So there's
good.
While the rule is very forgiving,
Yes.
I didn't need it.
You didn't need it.
Didn't need it.
Is that good?
So I'm probably going to go with King's Dead by J-Rock.
Okay.
It's J-Rock featuring Kendrick Lamar and Future and James Blake. That was a track off of the Black Panther soundtrack. So that came out. Just thoroughly enjoyed the song from front to back. And I even, whether Future was being serious with his verse or not, because it was ridiculous. I don't know if you've heard this song.
I don't think I have. Well, I mean, I've seen the movie.
Yeah, you've seen the movie.
I haven't listened to it outside of that.
Yeah, you probably you might recognize the song if you've heard it, but his verse is just funny because it seems ridiculous. Like he's like like out of nowhere, and the music video makes it funnier because it's like a wide angle of like some buildings, right? And then suddenly it zooms in on Future standing on the roof of this building, and it's just
like out of nowhere, like a spider monkey.
Right. Just ridiculous. But I like the song. Fantastic rap song. I think like all the songs on my list for this year for top are all rap. But yeah, I really like that song. So that one did it for me. It was a solid mix. All
right.
As you know, I love Kendrick Lamar.
You sure do. Hey, his album got best of year for us last year.
Yeah, so
I don't think he's getting it this year though.
Can't really argue.
Oh, maybe he will. So. Who knows?
Ooh, you never know.
You never know.
Ooh. Whammy. What about you? What was your best song of 2018?
So I had a couple of mine. I didn't think there was really any song that came out that really was, I guess what I would say, like really, really good.
Yeah.
Like a song that just, the type of song that you think, this could stand the test of time, right? And could be, just a really, really good song for many, many years.
Right. It could become a classic.
Yeah. I don't know if there was a song that came out this year that was like that. I certainly think there was last year, but I don't know about this year. But there was one song, there was a couple good songs that I really kind of gravitated to, but there was one song that basically every single time I turned it on, I could just groove to it. And part of the lyrics kind of, or at least there's this one line in the chorus that always kind of like hit me. And that would be the song Graffiti by Churches.
Yeah, Churches.
It's the opening song to their album that came out this year. And there's the one line in the chorus is, just says that I've been waiting my whole life to grow old. And that like always hits me every time she sings that. I'm like, isn't that the realest thing?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think I kind of just gravitated to it because it's a super catchy song too, and it just it opens up that album really well, and the lyrics definitely help. So, I wouldn't say there was any song that was really really great. I don't think this song was really really great, but it's a good song. It's a quality song.
It was one that like stuck with you though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said.
Yeah, it's a song I can see myself listening to, down the road. I think I'll continue to listen to it It's on like my feel good playlists and stuff like that. So it'll stick with me for sure. And so that's why it's my best song of the year.
Yeah, Churches is good for that. Churches is good for a feel good playlist.
Yeah, yep, for sure.
Oh, fantastic! Great concert too.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. We'll get there. We'll do a category similar to that.
All right,
We'll
what
see
do we
if
got?
it stands up. So go ahead and pick the next category, Ryan.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go with TV show.
TV show. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
TV show. So what did you have for best TV show?
So I just let's get the rules out here first.
Okay.
So are we talking about a show that originated this year, or are we talking about just like, does a season count this year?
I think what I want to say is, I think it should be any show that you watched this year that you thoroughly enjoyed. So it can be a new show,
okay.
It could be an old.
So
It's like it is your best, and it could be best because it is a very good show that you picked up,
okay.
or it could be the best because it was just a show that came out this year that was very good.
So it could be, it could be like a show from, like you could do like a show from like the 90s or something.
Yeah, like if you,
I've never seen Malcolm in the Middle before. That's my show.
right? Like if your best show of 2018, like it's whatever you thought was a great. If you suddenly discovered Freaks and Geeks this year, fantastic. Have at it.
Gotcha. That is a tough one. That is a difficult one because I can't say I watch a lot of TV shows.
I figured this would be a tough one for you.
This is a really tough one for me. So I think I would rather want you to start with this one.
All right.
I don't think I quite have the answer right now.
All right, I've got one. It's hands down my favorite show. It is a show. It's season 3 of this show, I believe. The Good Place. It's a show that I love. So
I've heard good things about it. That's the same director as what other shows did they do?
Parks and Rec?
Yeah, Parks and Rec, right, yeah. Parks and Rec and Scrubs, right? No.
I don't know, actually.
I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I've heard good things about it, but I have not watched that show.
Really good show. So it's season 3 of this show, and someone at work told me I needed to watch this show, so Catherine and I picked it up, started watching it. Burned through. I think the seasons are wherever there's like one season on Hulu and one season on Netflix, and then obviously the most recent season is on Hulu, so they have those. So we watch them after they air, and it's just been a solid show. And I'm not going to spoil anything there, because there's stuff about the show. Like if I were to tell you in general, it would ruin bits of the show. But it's been a solid season so far. All the actors are killing it. One of the most recent albums, Darcy Carden she plays a character on the show, which I didn't know her name until she did this episode, and I was like, I need to know about this person because she's amazing. And
naturally,
there was an episode where she basically played like every character on the show. So that was super cool, and that was an interesting thing to do. And I've just been impressed that the show keeps going. They keep coming up with like new ways to spin the whole idea of the show. So I dig it. I'd highly suggest the show in general to anyone for something to watch. The episodes are short and sweet and always funny. I love Kristen Bell. She's always a good time.
She's great for sure.
Yeah.
I've just heard great things about it, and I've thought about it, I just haven't started it.
Plus Ted Danson too. Like
you can't go wrong with that, right?
It's just been solid. So a solid 3rd season, a solid show overall. Highly recommend.
All right. Coolio. So I've got one. I've got it. It's been, this year has been just so long. So it's been, well, it hasn't been so long, I guess. Years are the weirdest thing.
It's been the longest year in years.
Years are at the same time super long and super short.
Yeah.
Like, they fly by, but then you're like, oh yeah, Black Panther was released this year.
Right?
Right? It's crazy. So it's hard to remember like everything that came out. But I found one, and it's season 4. So it's not a new show, but the season came out this year.
Solid. In the
Season
confines
4
of 2018.
of Better Call Saul.
I don't know if I watched season 4. Is that like streaming?
Oh,
anywhere?
Well, maybe I haven't seen season 4. Whatever season I can find that came out. There was a season that came out this year on like Netflix.
Yeah.
Maybe it was season 3.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I fully agree, fully endorse Better Call Saul because I actually forgot that I watched that this year.
I know. I was Googling shows. I found it. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me see if I saw season 4 or maybe season 3 is.
Oh, okay.
Is what I remember. Anyhow, it does. I mean, it really doesn't matter though.
Okay, I don't want to watch episode. Stop it. Super good show though, right?
Oh, fantastic!
Like I personally loved it. Tell me about it because I'm pretty sure season 4 is out, but I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen season 4.
Yeah, if it's just whatever's on Netflix, I think they have like the first 3 seasons, and I
Right.
also.
Okay, so season 3. I'm just gonna say season 3 then.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul season 3 came out last year, but it came out last year, but it came out this year on like Netflix.
Yeah,
that's where I watch it. So they always put it on Netflix like right as the new season starts.
Right.
So anyhow, Better Call Saul, fantastic. I mean, Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows, and so Better Call Saul is just an extension of it, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It has me on the edge of my seat all the time, Ryan.
Yes.
Nuts.
The edges of the seats all the time. That show, I years ago, I picked it up and watched like the first few episodes, and I didn't end up continuing like keeping watching it just because it was more difficult to watch. Like it wasn't actually on Netflix or anything yet.
Yeah.
So it was more difficult to watch and lower quality and whatever. But then, this past year, I saw it and I'm like, you know what? Season 3 got added. I might as well start watching it again.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, definitely watch Better Call Saul.
Good drama.
Yeah.
Like not the fake drama, you know what I'm saying?
No
Not
fake drama.
Fake celebrity drama. We're talking about good drama.
We don't care that your nails got done poorly.
Nope.
That's fake drama.
That's so much fake drama.
It's Drama Island right there.
Right.
That was a TV show.
Was it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a cartoon TV show on Cartoon Network. Total Drama Island. Yeah. Cartoon Network. It was after like I was watching Cartoon Network. Like by that point I was watching it like Adult Swim.
Know about it then.
Right? Like it was you and I were watching Adult Swim
Right.
at the time that like Total Drama Island was like a primetime TV show on Cartoon Network.
Okay.
But yeah, it was ridiculous.
All right. Well then. I think it's
What's
time
next?
to move on.
You pick it.
I'm picking. Let's go with best meme. Best meme of the year.
Meme?
Meme.
Murmur?
Murmur. So obviously, us explaining it is not going to make it sound funny. And the life of memes is so short that it's really hard to justify any of them right now because they're probably no longer funny.
There's a whole subreddit dedicated.
There's a couple subreddits dedicated to memes.
Well, like meme, you ever like meme economy?
Yeah, meme economy is one.
Sell.
Right.
The second Wendy's gets a hold of a meme,
Yeah.
just sell.
Yep.
They're notorious for trying to
Just
use memes to be cool.
So what do you got? What was the meme that happened this year that you just found the most hilarious?
So, I had to look at like a list of like memes that came out this year.
Well,
Obviously, 'cause, like
I
you
think
said,
we all did because nobody knows all of them that came out. They were just
because they're so hot.
short-lived.
Yeah. And so I was reminded of a period of time in which surprised Pikachu
Oh,
was a meme that was just on fire, and I loved it. Because it's just that face, right, of like classic Pikachu,
right.
just shocked,
Shocked.
right, and it's always coupled with completely normal things,
Right.
like
things you should have seen.
like I have to pay my rent, and it's
Yeah.
like surprise Pikachu.
Yeah. Things you easily should have seen coming.
Stop it! You had to have known. But yeah, like surprise Pikachu is just amazing. Like just everyone naming all those things, and it's like, yeah, idiot.
You know
But
that one's still kind of going.
it's still
out
going.
there, making appearances every now and then.
It's just all that stuff, like you said, where it's everybody knows this. It's obvious, or it's something where it's like someone is so surprised or offended by something, and it's like, yeah, obviously, like this is that's the way it's gonna be. Like, oh, the Victoria's Secret fashion show had scantily clad women. Oh no, like obviously, like that's what it's about.
Right.
But yeah, that was one of my favorites this year.
It's definitely a quality one. It's like I said, it's still one that's going. It's got a decent shelf life, that meme.
Yeah.
So
What about you? What?
for me, I'm gonna have to go with it's a couple panels long. It's the one with the American Chopper cast arguing with each other, where the dad and the son, you know the show American Chopper, right?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like the last panel is them like throwing the chair or whatever.
Where
They're
he's
just
throwing the
arguing
chair.
back and forth.
Yes.
That was, I think, my favorite one. Just the creativity that people came up with to put in those, what those two were arguing with, and climaxing with a chair throw or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially because I used to watch that show, especially
Me too.
back in college.
Yeah.
So I know the dynamic between those two and stuff. So that one just got to me, and it was always the creativity of the people coming up with those memes and those conversations were great, and I feel like it's one that it's still going. I see it around every now and then. I mean, obviously it's not as hot as it once was, but it definitely hasn't died out. It's not out of style anymore.
Yeah.
It's still there, especially because I think the good ones, the good memes that kind of pop up, or the ones that stand the test of time, are based on shows or moments that have happened in the past.
Yeah.
And that everyone kind of remembers, and so it's not just a current event that just happens and then it's over. It's just it's just something that's happened, and it's it's remained in your memory for this long already, so might as well turn it into a meme. So
And that's the thing is like with that format, like that general format of is just perfect. Like it can be applied. It's timeless, right? It can be applied because it's an argument.
Yep, exactly.
Right? And like people are always going to argue over things.
Yeah, the most ridiculous things. Doesn't matter how wrong their side is, they will argue it.
It does not matter. So like this meme will stand the test of time, right? Like it can always
bye. But
it's hot.
That was hot, daddy, hot.
It's hot.
But yeah, that was my favorite meme that came out this year. That was a solid one. So a lot of good memes though. I don't want to make it sound like there were only 2 good ones. There were a lot of good ones.
There's a lot.
But these are our best. These are our best ones.
The best
around. So, all right, next. Let's move on.
How about we go with video game?
Best video game.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So do you want to set some parameters here, or like
sure. Go ahead.
Is it explicitly game came out this year?
Hey, you know what? You set the parameters.
So I kind of want to go just like the game that you enjoyed most
this year.
Okay. Whether it's new, whether it's new or old.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I think my favorite is a game that didn't come out this year. Technically.
Okay.
I think it probably came out for the platform this year, but
yeah. So that's kind of like that's another leeway kind of thing. Like a lot of games will get released to a new platform every so often.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now to see
just to make sure
when it came out. So it was last year, middle of the year last year.
Not even close.
Nowhere near close. Could have been on the list last year. Oh, okay. But one of my favorite games this year that I played a bunch was Overcooked.
Overcooked.
It's a co-op cooking game.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah, where
is it like a restaurant management type of thing?
Yeah. Well, it's like your chefs. Right?
Okay.
Play with my wife all the time. And the reason why I loved it so much is because it's like a really fun and easy like co-op game to pick up.
It's hard to find nowadays.
That's the thing is like that's why I enjoyed it so much. Like I can play plenty of games by myself. Like I'll play Zelda. I bought Skyrim for the 3rd time this year.
Sounds like me with GTA 5.
They're really getting my money. But yeah, it was just a game that I enjoyed so much this year because I could enjoy it with a person. And, I enjoy it with my wife most of the time, but we had a couple friends, stay at our place over a weekend from Minnesota, and we played, 4-player, and that made it even better. So it's one of those games. It's better the more people you have, and the idea is just that your chefs, these little chef guys, in some kitchen arranged in a certain way, and you get orders. Orders come in, you have to grab ingredients, chop them up, do all the stuff, assemble things, and then put them on the belt to go out to be delivered. And then you have to wash dishes. There's potential that the things are
so enticing.
Right, like it's Job Simulator seems super enticing, right? But like I played the hell out of Job Simulator.
Right.
Like
so good.
Would I want to work a convenience store job? No. Would I want to play a video game where I'm playing a convenience store worker? Hell yes.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's in VR. But yeah, like you're just cooking these meals in the kitchen. With multiple times we've set the kitchen on fire, gotten orders wrong, all this stuff, and it's just like you have like you have to get an order ready in a certain amount of time. You have to get a certain amount of orders out to get a certain amount of stars to progress in the game. It's just like one of those fun, slightly pressure co-op games. You either fail horribly because you're not working together, or you come up with a system for a level where you're doing everything perfectly and you get everything out. And there's a second one that we bought but haven't played yet, which did come out this year, I guess in August. So we'll eventually get there. But Overcooked is super fun co-op game to play.
All right. Yeah, I mean I don't really play many co-op games, or at least no like couch co-op games.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's one of the things. Like my buddy Luke and I, we do this thing where we play a game that it's definitely a single player game.
Yeah.
But we like play it together, like Steep.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, sure.
We've been playing Steep recently, and like we just take turns doing different levels. And we actually had a day this year, I think, where we played through all of the remake of Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh.
You know, that's
Right.
that's clearly a single player game,
Oh,
but
definitely.
played it co-op style.
Hey, I mean that works too. That works too.
So what was your game of this year? Did you get to?
Ryan, I just thought of one
Mm-hmm.
that I'm kind of questioning my decision right now, because I just thought of one that came out.
You're questioning your original decision?
Yeah.
Well, take a second and weigh your options.
I mean, no, I think my original is still gonna hold true, but I gotta give a shout out at least to this one.
What you got?
So the one that just came up that I just remembered was Sea of Thieves. Which,
Assassin's Creed. Wait, no, not
No.
Assassin's Creed.
No, it's
a completely separate,
it's a completely separate game. It's a Microsoft Studios game.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, so you're essentially a pirate, and you play online and play with other, against other, or you're in a world with a bunch of other pirates essentially. And the thing with this, so it's when it came out, I mean, there wasn't like a whole lot to do with it in the game. But they've slowly like added more stuff. But I haven't played it a whole lot recently, so I haven't played a lot of that new stuff yet. But the game is just a super chillaxing game, because it's the most beautiful water you've ever seen in a game. Open seas and everything. It's so gorgeous. It's such a great art style to that game, and
that's one
really
of those things that's like always very interesting to see, is like the dynamic of water.
Yeah,
in video
this
games.
is like the best water you'll ever see in a game. It's unreal.
That's it.
It'll blow you away the first time you play it.
Huh.
So like I kind of want to say that one, but like I haven't played a whole lot of the new stuff in it, and so I think I'm gonna stick with my original. But you should totally check out that game if you can.
I have to buy
It's
an
not
Xbox.
it's on Windows.
Oh, okay. So I now have a PC that's semi-capable.
There you go. There you go. And it's a lot of fun because you're just like, you can join in as, a group of four in a group, 4 party.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't have to. You can do a solo thing or 2-player or whatever. But you're doing, you're sailing seas and stuff. It's and there can be a lot of fun stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah.
People doing ridiculous things. So definitely a shout out to that one. But I think my best of 2018 has got to be Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shootin' 2.
Hell yeah! Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shootin' 2.
Yep.
Husker-du.
It's just so good. Red Dead Redemption 2 it's just, I can't even put it into words, really. And I haven't even finished it yet. I'm still playing through it, but there's just so much to do in that game.
Well, yeah, it's
like you don't have to
content.
do anything really. You can do your own thing. It's just a gorgeous world, and you can just explore.
Like I never beat GTA 5 because I didn't do all the side stuff.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, that one has such a good story, though. You definitely should finish that one.
No, I mean I finished the whole story. It's just like there's all that like side stuff you can do. Like I haven't experienced all of the things.
Gotcha.
So you really liked Red Dead Redemption 2, right?
Yeah.
So like
It's my best video game of the year, Ryan. Of course I like it.
I've heard people say. I've heard some things where people are like, there's
they might be talking about the online part of it. I don't play online. I don't care about the online part of it.
Yeah, we've talked about this many a time. How like people
the online for like GTA and Red Dead, like it doesn't interest me.
And Fallout 76.
I guess like though it just doesn't interest me.
The entirety of Fallout 76 is online.
Right, I got that. but like for GTA and Red Dead, like the whole thing about online is you're essentially just kind of by yourself. It's just free for all, and there's just with online, there's just too many people are just dicks.
Yeah,
so nothing really good happens.
Griefers, if you will.
There's griefers. It's dumb. It's dumb, and then to even like really do anything, you have to essentially pay money to get cool stuff, and it's like I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
but
no dice.
But in terms of like the single player, the campaign, the story mode of those games, that's what I play. That's what I love, because I can just go at my own pace. I can do what I want. Now, Sea of Thieves, I can play with people, and of course you can, you're playing with other people online.
Yeah,
but like. It's such a chillax game. It's so chill. You're like you may never even see another ship. Like unless you actually go to like ports and stuff like that and make yourself kind of visible. I mean, the thing is like you're gonna see a ship in the distance long before you even have to really deal with it.
Yeah.
So like if you don't even want to interact with them, you can just like turn the other way and go on your own way. So if I'm doing it myself and I just want to kind of chill out and just, especially during the winter, and just be like, I want to be in the Caribbean right now.
Yeah.
You can do that. So that's what I like about that game. And then the story modes and stuff with the Rockstar games. That's my jam, man.
Dude, I completely understand that. I still need to pick up Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's good.
It's
good. I still need to finish it, but it's good. It's good.
Did I ever tell you I played the original Red Dead Redemption at a George Webb's?
Yeah, he told me that, yeah.
So my wife and I go to this George Webb's that's, in the neighborhood, and we go there one time, and it's, midnight, whatever. And this George Webb's has since changed, like, ownership or management or whatever, and is not as cool, in my opinion. It's still George Webb's. But went in there, and we sat in the booth, and the guy's like, oh, yeah, there's totally a TV over here. Play video games if you want. And there just so happened to be Red Dead Redemption.
All right.
So,
mind if I do?
So we had at it, and, I liked the game. I love Rockstar.
Yeah.
It's great. I want to get to. I realize that I can get to without having played Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, and I didn't finish. Like I only played a little bit of the first one too. So
because it's a prequel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I think
it is.
Is it?
It takes place. Yeah. It takes place before Red Dead Redemption, but after Red Dead Revolver.
Okay. Yeah, I can never remember if it was a prequel or a sequel. Okay.
Yeah,
but like the characters are all different and stuff. Like you don't
it's
really
not like
interact
it really matters.
with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you're right.
That was my biggest fear was that I wasn't going to be able to play it because I wouldn't know what the hell was going on.
Well, and that's what they've done with all their games, right? Like the GTA series.
Oh yeah, like there's loose
connections.
play the
other ones.
Yeah, like they
Right.
they make references to other like cities and places and stuff, but you don't have to have played the
Right.
other ones. You pick up GTA 5, play the hell out of it. You don't need to know anything about anything else. Okay, this is hilarious, and I'm sure she'll be embarrassed that I mentioned this, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
All right.
So my wife did not realize that there was a storyline in Grand Theft Auto games.
Oh.
She had like no clue. She thought you just went in, you played,
Drove around, shot people, and
tooled around, right? Like a prostitute.
well, that's because that's what everyone does.
Because that's what everyone does, right? You pick it up, especially like once you've beaten the game, like you pick it up and you just go around and do stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so I was telling her it was like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, it's a great game. I was thinking about buying it again. She's like, why would you do that? I'm like, play through the story again, get the first person mode, all the stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, there's a story? I'm like, yeah, there's totally a story.
There's a story, and it's a really, really good story.
It's fantastic. People worked really hard on this.
Yeah. Thousands of people.
100-hour weeks.
All right. So. All right.
Yeah.
Next.
What do you got?
Next one, we're gonna do. Have you thought of a best moment?
Oh God, no.
Okay. Well, we'll do best moment, but like personal.
Yeah, I've got one
Okay,
for that.
we'll do that
for sure.
So, best moment of the year, personally. What has happened to you? What's happened in your life that was just the best in 2018?
Yeah, so this year, my wife and I went to Colorado, over her spring break for vacation. We always, our schedules are kind of hectic with playing football over the summer when she has time off, and so the only times we really get a chance to go anywhere is, this winter break and spring breaks. And my football schedule came out earlier this year, and it was like, we're not going to have that week that you had off of school to be able to go. So we're like, let's go to Colorado. So
Naturally.
So we decided we're going to drive out to Colorado. And I think like one of my best personal moment this year was the first Airbnb we stayed at in Denver. It was a place, nice little place. It was like the lower of a house, and they had a hot tub, and we had gone and gotten, some, craft beers, some Colorado craft beers. I don't remember what they were or anything. And we were like, let's go out in the hot tub at this place. And it was just super cool because we're in Colorado on vacation. We hadn't been to a place yet where we, seen a lot of mountains or anything yet. But
yeah, for those who have not been out there,
yeah,
Denver is not in the mountains.
Yeah,
It's
Denver's
still
not in the mountains.
pretty darn
So-
flat in Denver.
Yeah, and so we weren't anywhere like, visually amazing yet, but it was just like one of the best moments of 2018 to just chill in a hot tub, drinking beers with my wife in a snowstorm was like the super cool thing, right? So it's snowing, like thick flakes,
Yeah.
and it's definitely sticking, and we were chilling out in this hot tub, completely cool. It's cold weather hot tubs are one of my favorite things ever. So to be able to do that with my wife on vacation, nice, relaxing, beer in my hand, just one of my favorite memories of 20.
Yeah, it sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it was just fantastic, and I would love to go back at some point. What about you? What is your best, your personal moment of 2018?
I don't want to sound like a copycat here, but
Okay. So you went to Colorado with your wife?
Colorado. Seriously, it was the first time out there, and I went out there to go snowboarding. And I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to go out west and actually go snowboarding in like real mountains,
Yeah.
because we don't really have real mountains here.
Yeah.
We just have really kind of big hills.
We've got huge hills.
Yeah.
But mountains, no.
Yeah, so did that and went out with a couple friends. I didn't drive out there, thankfully. I've done that already. I didn't need to do that again.
Nebraska sucks.
It's so bad. So flew out there, but obviously you had to drive from Denver into the mountains, and that's like a 2-hour drive into the mountains to where we were.
And hopefully there's not a snowstorm on.
Hopefully, and that was the greatest part, is for it being, my first time out there, the weather was absolutely perfect for like everything. On our travel days, it was sunny, it was clear, no worries, driving up the passes and the mountains and everything. Like it was great, and you can see, because it was clear, you could see all the mountains when you were driving. It was just like a Bob Ross painting. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. It blew me away. Like, mountains are one of those, like, it's just one of those features geographically that just amaze me.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you think to yourself,
like the scale of it. It's just
there's
nuts.
Pictures of mountains. Mountains are cool, whatever. You just don't understand until you actually see a mountain. It was just insane. Like the beauty of seeing mountains in the distance and then driving through mountains and just nuts.
Yeah. So and then going, snowboarding out there, it was like, I mean, it was a completely different experience. And it'd been something I'd always wanted to do, and I just never was able to do it in the past, or never, made the commitment to do it, because, it's a big trip. It's not cheap to go skiing or snowboarding out there.
Yeah, definitely not cheap.
But so we, got a couple friends together and did it, and it was just, beautiful. It's really what it was. It was great, and I've had some other good moments this year for sure. I definitely kind of teetered between this one and Toronto, but the Colorado was it for me this year.
Yeah,
it took it. The more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that was it.
Colorado. That's the official. It's the official Binary Brothers. It's official Binary Brothers endorsement. Colorado.
Sponsored by the Binary Brothers podcast. I don't think they know we sponsor them.
Well,
but it's so nuts too, because like you think of, whenever I kind of looked at the scenery, like I'm on top of the mountains, I get off the chairlift, I'm out there just looking, just admiring the view, and then I just see these people. I'm like, these people like either come here a lot, or they live here, and it's like they probably take all of this for granted.
Dude, I thought that so many times.
Like what if you always lived here? Like, this is insane.
Like, our helicopter pilot, we went on like a helicopter tour here in Colorado, and our helicopter was like, "Oh, I'm from like the real mountains." Like he was from some place that was like legitimately in the, like, these. I love Colorado. He's like, I love these mountains and stuff, but like I'm from real mountains.
Real mountains.
And it's like people go to, the like Red Rock Amphitheater. Yeah, right? Yeah. Like there were people there just like working out. Like that's their routine. They go and they like run up and down the steps. They go there every day and see that.
Yep. Yeah. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Just nuts.
All right, next one.
Album.
Best album of the year. Any rules that we need to know?
I think I'm gonna want to keep it within
2018.
Yeah,
had to have come out this year. All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm good.
So
I'm good then.
What do you got?
I've got Metric Art of Doubt.
All right.
That is my album of the year. Just solid, nonstop, just first song to last song. No real fillers, just quality.
Yeah.
Good stuff. That's all we really have to say about it. I think it speaks for itself. Once you
plain
listen
and
to
simple,
it, it
right?
speaks for itself. It's good stuff. It's good music. Check it out, seriously.
We've mentioned
waiting.
it.
I've been waiting for New Metric for a long time, and we got
That's
it
the
this
thing
year,
is-
and it did not disappoint.
It's like you told me, last year in the first season, I guess the first season technically of this show.
Yeah,
I don't know,
right.
whatever.
Yeah, I think we're still in season 1.
we're still in season 1.
Season 2 will start next year.
In the early half of season, you were like Metric, and I didn't know who Metric was, but the second I started listening to them, I realized who they were. I mentioned this a billion times.
Yeah,
If you don't think you know Metric, you know Metric.
you've heard their songs.
Yeah.
They're just that good.
Yeah, I would. So since you exposed me to them or made me realize I knew who they were, I was excited for their new album as well.
Yep.
Fantastic stuff.
So that was my favorite album. That was my best album of 2018.
All right.
What about you?
So you thought it wasn't going to be Kendrick Lamar.
I didn't say I didn't think it was going to be.
Yeah.
I said that, or I said something similar because I completely forgot he did the Black Panther album would.
Black Panther, the album, music from and inspired by.
Because I was thinking,
Damn.
yeah, I was thinking of Damn. So I was like,
Yeah.
nah, that didn't come out this year. There's no way he's picking that.
Yeah, so there was Damn, fantastic. Endorse it again for the time. But then there's Black Panther, the album, which I also have Black Panther, the album, the T-shirt. I'm going to take a picture of this T-shirt sometime and post it because
Are they paying you, Ryan?
I legitimately have
Did I know
Black
about
Panther,
this?
the album, the T-shirt.
Why am I not getting paid?
But yeah, that is my pick. That is an album that I listen to. It's one of the few albums that I listened to front to back and went back to multiple times this year. So, I mean, like I probably haven't listened to it, this month, but since it came out, I've listened to it probably once a month since. So that's fantastic. And, it's not a Kendrick Lamar album outright. It's, arranged by, he's on like basically every single song, and I've mentioned this before. So he's on every single song. It is his album. He basically put it together. But it is, half the songs, if not more, are by other artists. There's The Weeknd, there's Mozzie, there's Ab-Soul, Khaled, Vince Staples, all those people. So that they're all together on that album, and that it just made for a fantastic album. The inspiration of the album being, this movie that featured, a lot of prominent black figures, a mostly black cast, and, a Marvel movie that felt different from other Marvel movies in general.
Yeah. Yep, I would agree.
So that is my favorite album of 2018. I've listened to it, like I said, multiple times. I got the vinyl, I got the T-shirt, I have the cassette.
The cassette.
The cassette, which came in the whole thing. So,
Do you have the laser disc too?
I don't have the laser disc. They didn't have a laser disc option.
But you would have bought it if they did.
If they did, I would have gone whole laser disc on it.
Give me that. Lasers.
Pew pew. But yeah, that's my album. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay. Cool.
There were a lot of you and I both listen to a lot of music. I keep up on the new releases every Friday, but like I said, an album that I've listened to back multiple and enjoyed a lot. Black Panther, the album.
And that's all that matters.
The T-shirt.
Black Panther, the T-shirt. All right. Next.
Yep.
Am I picking this one?
Oh yeah,
Okay, you picked the album. Okay.
yeah. I went in hot with
You
album.
did. You did. Let's go. Let's go. Movie. Best movie of the year. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Black Panther.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yep.
Knew it.
I'm gonna do it. Even though South Park has made fun of everyone many a time this season for thoroughly enjoying Black. I'm just gonna have to go with
since
it.
I've seen South Park.
I
I love it, but it's like I don't have Hulu, so
just don't know.
I can't really watch it, or I don't.
They
make
have
the
this
time to
whole,
watch it.
Cancel South Park theme thing going on right now, where I'm not sure if they're legitimately serious. Like the idea is that they legitimately don't want to do South Park anymore.
I
So
can
they're, like,
believe
just-
it. They've done like 22 seasons.
Yeah,
Nuts.
like it, and I can understand from like which I also watched basketball
Oh, I mean, who
a couple
doesn't?
weekends ago, but like I can understand from their standpoint that like they made this thing, and if they're done doing it, they want to be done doing it, but they don't want someone else to do it, so
Right.
they'd rather just get it canceled than
Right.
just be done. But movie Black Panther. So I've raved about this movie. I saw it in theaters 3 times.
And
This
one of
year.
those times was with me.
One of those times was with you. So fantastic movie. The main points being it is a Marvel like superhero movie, but it had a different feel. You know, it was different than the other ones because it was in a different setting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having you know an all black or mostly black cast was super cool to see.
Yeah, it was different, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a brand new. It's not like you're not just, you know, you're in Wakanda. You're doing different things. So I just thought it was a really good story, and I thought the dynamic of Killmonger was super interesting. You know, the idea, his ideals were, you know, slightly righteous, right? It's like he had a good point, right? Like
Right.
he was one of those people like Magneto, where it's like, I get where you're coming from and I fully understand what you're trying to do, but your execution is probably not good.
Right.
But yeah,
Typical
so
movie villain fashion.
right. I've got a little Killmonger Funko Pop here on my desk,
Yeah.
which is it's my not my favorite.
No.
It's cool, but it's a bobblehead and it's like unbalanced, so like
Oh,
it
yeah.
falls over all the damn time. Ah, damn it! It just did.
Yeah. I think my Rick bubble or my Rick Funko Pop falls over all the time.
Yeah,
It just doesn't. He doesn't have the support in his legs. He skipped leg day too much.
it's those damn heads are so big,
They're huge.
which is the main thing.
You can't make the body that skinny then.
You can't make the head huge and wobbly and bodies
Right.
pop, guys. Get it together.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Weigh those things. So
That was
Black
it.
Panther for you, eh?
Black Panther for me. I love the movie. It's great. I've watched it many times this year. Paid for it multiple times. Awesome movie. Loved it.
You essentially paid for some stagehand's salary.
Yeah, it's the key grip. It's
Right.
totally eating bacon because of me.
Right. It's worthy. It's worthy.
What do you got?
You know, I mean, you know me. I don't watch a whole lot of movies.
Not a lot.
I've seen a couple. And there's been a couple movies that have come out that I've looked at. I'm like, you know what? If I had watched those movies, maybe I'd choose them for this. It
Yeah,
might be a better pick, but I haven't, so I'm not going to, obviously. So, of the movies I've seen,
mm-hmm.
and honestly, I feel like I've seen more this year than I've seen in years past. but it's not like I've seen, all of them. It's not like
Yeah.
I've seen a ton. I'm
It's
not
not
in
like
a
you're-
movie club like you
It's
are.
not like you're movie clubbing it up. Shout out to Ryan J.
Yeah.
Seeing a bunch of movies.
I don't see a movie every single week. I see a movie every 2 or 3 months. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I feel like my pick's going to be a little bit controversial.
Ooh, okay.
Because it got a lot of crap. The movie got
Okay.
a lot of crap. But I thought it was a really good movie.
I cannot wait for this.
And I think if it was coming out at this time of year, like it should have been, people would think a lot differently of it.
Okay.
My best movie of the year, 2018, was Solo.
Really?
Yes.
So you think if it came out around this time of
It
year?
came out way too soon after
Yeah.
The Last Jedi. It had like no build up. The marketing
Yeah.
was terrible for it.
It was too
They tried
close.
to capitalize on I think it was Memorial Day weekend, and
Yeah.
they were doing it when freaking Avengers or Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever, like 2 other huge summer blockbusters were coming out that exact same time.
Yeah.
So it was never going to succeed. It never was going to succeed in the box office. But it was a good movie. It was
Yeah.
a great movie, I thought.
Solo. I thought Solo was fantastic.
Yeah. It was
Right,
a
like, they
great
did a
movie.
really
And if it
good
was
job
coming
of
out
telling-
now, during the Christmas time, the holiday season, I think people would think a lot differently of it.
Yeah, man. Because like seriously, this holiday season of movies, in my opinion, it's been dry.
And
Like,
maybe that's why I haven't really gotten into the holiday spirit yet. Is because there hasn't been a Star Wars movie.
There hasn't been a good Star Wars movie. Yes.
Like there should have been, because now we're going like a year and a half or so without a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. And when is the
I crap
when is
on
episode 9 comes out in December next year? Like why?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they didn't space them out
Exactly.
more. Like I think you're right. Like I think it was up against like
It was-
Infinity
it
War.
it was born to fail.
Yeah.
It was set up for failure. And I harp on Marvel movies a lot because honestly I'm pretty much sick of them.
Yeah. And then it's easy to
Because
be.
there's so many, right? There's so many different Marvel movie characters and so many different Marvel movies because of all those different characters. That's just, for me, it's oversaturated. And Star Wars is like that too a little bit,
Yeah.
but not nearly as much. And I thought they had a really good pace going with the new movies. They were essentially going one per year. They
Yeah.
would go with the main kind of sequel trilogy that they're doing. Like, they would do that every other year, and then the years in between, they would do a Star Wars story like Rogue One or Solo. But instead of putting Solo at the normal time right now, they put it Memorial Day, like a couple
Yeah.
months after Last Jedi. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But it was a great movie. It was a great flick.
Yeah.
So it's my best movie of 2018.
I think one of the problems is like
Will not apologize for it.
they basically put it up against like Deadpool 2.
Yeah, yeah, and that was a
What it
movie.
actually
That's a
was.
movie I haven't seen yet too. So
Yeah.
like if I've seen, I haven't even seen Deadpool 1.
Oh,
I need
God.
to change that. I know. I've been wanting to
need to
see it. I
watch
just
this.
haven't. So like if I would have seen Deadpool 2, that might jump over Solo or whatever. But
Yeah.
for the movies I've seen, Solo was great. It was a fantastic movie. It's good enough to be my best of 2018.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Good.
I can't.
Glad.
It's your opinion.
But your opinion's wrong.
I will not tell you that your opinion. Did you? Okay, so like side story here. Do you know that a guy bought the domain for Avengers Endgame?
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
about
So he something happened at some point. Some line, I think, in like Infinity War, made him think I should buy the domain Avengers Endgame. He just placed a bet on the fact that the next movie would be called Endgame. Buys this domain, ends up being right. Right? So like a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago they announced that the new Avengers movie is gonna be Avengers Endgame.
that. Yep.
He's like, I knew it, got it, and so now he's holding the domain ransom, basically, and he's forwarding any request to AvengersEndgame.com to Deadpool's website. And like Deadpool is, if you didn't know, they're doing Once Upon a Deadpool.
Right. Yep.
And so they're doing that. And so he's just forwarding all the requests, and he's basically like, I'm domain ran for 2 tickets to the premiere of Avengers Endgame. And Ryan Reynolds being the funny dude he always is on the internet. Like if you guys haven't checked out Ryan Reynolds' like social media presence, especially on Twitter, like he's hilarious. Like he'll just like retweet pictures or like posts from his wife and just make the most ridiculous comments about how like he's the best thing in the picture. But so like he sent this guy this like carry-on, travel kit from this like whiskey company that has like these super nice headphones and this like carry-on whiskey bottle from the Jag. He's like, it was the note he sent was, I'm not saying that I'm proud of you for what you did, but here's this gift.
Right.
Just super funny. I think it's hilarious that there's some guy who guessed right on the domain name, which like I don't even think they really care because they use Avengers.com.
Yeah, and they'll just do a subdomain or whatever.
Yeah, that's just what they use to advertise whatever Avengers movie is coming.
Yeah.
So they don't really care. They're probably not going to give them tickets. It would be great if they, but
not unless he does something really dumb with that domain.
Right, and if he decides to be a monster about it.
Yeah.
And go somewhere ridiculous, but he's being a cool guy. He's just jokingly doing Avengers versus Deadpool, which is a running joke as of now.
Right. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny stuff. Yeah, I like Deadpool's kind of different. Like I need to see those movies. I've been wanting to, I just haven't. But he's kind of he's a Marvel character that I can get behind. He's different, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of like the Avengers or Ant-Man or all the other kind of Avengers characters and stuff and movies and like it's just they don't interest me.
It's super easy to get burnt out.
Yeah,
on superhero movies at this point.
Yep, and that's basically where I'm at. Like, I don't know. I think the only Marvel movies that I really and I went to see Black Panther with you, and I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah,
it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was bad by any means, for sure. It was good, but it wasn't something that it really carried a whole lot of weight for me. Just because it just seemed like another Marvel movie for me. But like Deadpool would be different.
Yeah, and like Deadpool's like it's explicitly meant to be different,
right?
So,
but to each our own.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Next, we only have a couple left. This is going to be definitely our longest episode to date.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
We
got a lot to cover, so.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. Like we said, we're giving the people more.
Yeah. So
thanks
for hanging in as we do a super duper long extra holiday special best of episode.
We appreciate it.
For sure.
We love you all.
For sure.
All right, I'm up to pick.
You are up.
All right, I'm gonna avoid moment because again, I still don't have a moment.
Gonna have to think of one quick here.
Damn it. So I'm gonna go with concert.
All right. Best concert or show.
Yeah, concert or show.
It doesn't have to be a concert. It can be like a show.
Yeah, Nick, you could have gone to see Hamilton.
Yep.
And been excited about it.
Yep.
Like
see Broadway show or whatever. I mean, we don't live near Broadway, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. We've got the Riverside Theater.
We do.
Yeah,
we do. We got theater. There's theater stuff around here. We got culture.
Yeah, totally culture.
We can win the culture battle in Civ 5.
Yeah. I'll pretend I know.
Too much? Too much?
Too
much geek?
Yes.
Civilization games?
Like
Age of Empires type of stuff?
I don't think too much geek. I think just
like strategy.
Me personally, I don't know.
Nah, I don't. No, you're just
People will though.
you're just too cool.
The fans will. I'm not. Oh, oh God! Don't put that on me.
Oh, I
Ricky
just
Bobby.
did. You're gonna have to deal with it the rest of your life. Ryan's
I
too
don't-
cool over there.
Don't want to be the cool guy.
Jeez.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
Just the worst. All right, so best concert or show.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna give another shout out for this one
Okay.
before putting my actual answer here on the
Yep.
on the ears of the listeners. So
Lay it on
shout
us.
out. So I didn't go to I didn't go intentionally to Summerfest this year.
So you're saying you on purpose?
Like
Did not
I had
go?
no plan to go to Summerfest to see an act. There was no act that I really saw and was like, you know what, I want to go see him.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there for me. So I was completely fine not going to Summerfest this year.
Yeah.
And then like 6 o'clock, Kyle Cernka texted me. He's like, "Hey, you want to go to Summerfest, or what are you doing?" tonight?" I was
Yeah.
like,
Kyle Circa.
I was like, well, I'm not doing anything. I mean, just hanging out, just winding down from work. Like, you want to go to Summerfest? I'm like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we went, and we didn't have anybody to see. We kind of just walked around. We just kind of just chilled, you know. It was good seeing him again, you know. Don't see him all that often.
Yeah. You gotta love you some Kyle Circa when you get it.
So I'm definitely going to take that chance anytime I get to go hang out with Kyle.
Yeah.
And so we went. We're kind of just walking around, just taking in, you know, music, random music, and we happen upon I don't know what stage is it. It's by the Marcus Amphitheater or the AmFam Amp, whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know if it's US Cellular or BMO Harris. I think it's BMO Harris Pavilion. That bit, like that kind of big one in the
Yeah.
back there. So we kind of walk up to it because we see a lot of people kind of gathering around. It's you know, the sun has just kind of been going down now, so the good acts are, you know, quote unquote good acts are coming on, and so we're like, all right, let's see what's playing there, and I'd never heard of this person before, but she put on a great show for the time that we spent there listening to it, and I've seen on many lists her latest album being one of the, you know, best albums of the year. I didn't include it in mine, although it could have been, but I had too many others that I really enjoyed. But the person we saw was Janelle Monáe.
Huh.
And she was basically doing so her newest album was Dirty Computer, and she was doing songs from that, and she had one song that was like very I think was inspired by Prince or even like partially, you know, helped out by Prince.
Yeah.
And like there was freaking like soloing and stuff during that, and it was awesome. She just put on a great show. It's a really catchy album too. I would definitely recommend checking it out. But she put on a great show for what I saw. I'm not like I would never have gone to see it, you know, if we weren't just kind of walking around.
That's one of the coolest things about like festivals, right?
Yep.
Shell or anything. You go, and in your downtime, you end up just like discovering of like people that you end up thoroughly enjoying, right? Like I have a group of friends I go with to Lollapalooza almost every year, and we go legitimately for the music, party and do whatever, and you're just going for like the headliners. Like, no, we're going and we're gonna go in when gates open, and we're gonna go see the first. We're gonna pick someone, to see, and we're just gonna figure out, you know, do we like their sound or not? And we're gonna run arc and see what the deal is. So I've seen Janelle Monáe's album on many a top list this year, and I've seen it, but I did not I haven't listened to it at all. So
give it a listen. It's good.
it has now been added to my library. So
It's good stuff. But yeah, so that's honorable mention for me.
yeah,
For best concert or show. Like, I mean, I wasn't really, and I didn't stay for her entire set. We kind of walked around, we left or whatever. I had to ask some people like next to me because I couldn't tell when she switched to other songs because I had no idea what her work was.
yeah.
Never heard of her before or heard her music before. So I was like, did she switch songs? Is this a new song or is she still going?
Is this the same thing or what's happening here?
Yeah, and these two girls like beside us, they're like, yeah, she's on like song 4. I'm like, oh god.
Oh Lord, I'm 3 songs behind.
Like, oh, showing my age here.
I'm hip.
I'm
Hello,
so hip.
fellow kids. I
yeah.
sent that the other day in a chat at work because someone was like, I'm old. Like, straight up, hello, fellow children.
Fellow children, fellow kids. So, but I would say probably my favorite show or best show from this year, I would have to go with Churches.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I think it was also the venue was great. The venue's great for music, acoustically.
Yeah, for churches?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Like
was super cool. Like I've seen churches before, but like out in like an open stage
Right.
and like during the day. And it was such a different show and like so much better, indoors
In,
in
like,
that great place.
In a theater,
Yeah, like a true theater, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yep.
like the Riverside, like that's where we saw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the Riverside is like it's a true like old style theater.
Yep.
It's like going to the like Oriental for like a movie, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's a super actual theater and like the acoustics are great and the vibe is fantastic.
They
Just,
put on a good show.
and then like the lights,
Yeah.
just dope.
It was good. It was good. So that's my best.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I'm gonna go with Justin Courtney Pierre.
What?
Yep.
You didn't
Yep.
choose? You didn't choose Metallica? What?
I didn't choose Metallica. Metallica is my second, right? Like Metallica is my
Yeah.
second. Metallica. Okay, so let's talk about Metallica first.
Man, they are gonna be so displeased with you now.
They're gonna be so mad. The
James
owner.
Hetfield's gonna call me up and be like, dude.
So the
what's
owner of
Ryan
my
thinking,
company,
man?
the owner of my company is cousins with James Hetfield.
Really?
He's like, I'm pretty sure his cousin is married to James Hetfield.
No crap.
Yes.
No
So like
way.
when we went to go see, so a buddy from work, the guy I go to like opening day, Mark, I go to opening day with him like every year. He went to Lollapalooza one year just to see Metallica, and that same year, the owner of my company, he had like backstage passes, so he was like up in the rafters
Right.
part of the stage when Metallica played. And so like he's had him, he's like been to his house or like had him like at his house and stuff. He's mentioned, so like when Mark and I went to go see Metallica this year, I showed the owner pictures, especially because like the Jumbotron in the new Bucks Arena
Yep.
is like made of a bunch of smaller cubes
Right.
that can like separate and they're like show stuff on every side.
Yeah.
And I showed him that. It's like super cool. He's like, married to my cousin. I'm like, I do.
What?
But yeah, that's Metallica was an awesome show, and it was amazing. And it was hard for me between Justin Courtney Pierre and Metallica because
I was just giving you crap.
I know, but like Metallica
They
literally
do.
rocked my face off.
They put on a really good show.
Like there was a point where I understood the phrase "rock your face off"
My face. Come back.
because I'm standing there looking down at this stage, and their plates, it's 4-sided. It's in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I love about their setup too. Is they do the stage is all in the middle, so you don't have a bad
Yeah.
seat in the arena.
There's not a bad seat, and like we were close, and like it was just
Were you upper deck or lower?
lower.
Okay.
We were row like 30
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
So like when I went many years ago, I was upper deck of the Bradley Center.
Yeah.
But it was super cool because I could just see down on the entire crowd. And so when they started doing like Master of Puppets and the entire crowd is just doing, it's just nuts.
Yeah.
It just looked like a wave of people. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine like being in that close or whatever and kind of being in that sea.
It was awesome. So like it was super cool. And there's just a point where it's like guitar solo is happening.
They'll do that. And
drums are just going, and I'm just like, I understood the phrase at that moment. Rock your face off. I just stood like, I just imagine me standing there with my mouth just open. Like,
so
holy shit.
This is why people like this stuff.
Yeah. So that was amazing, but what was better and what I would call my top concert of this year was Justin Courtney Pierre, because he's the lead singer of Motion City Soundtrack. He came out with a solo album this year because they're done doing music together. Came out with this solo album. I actually tried to maybe get him on the show at some point.
Well, I think we're still gonna try and get him on the show.
We're gonna try and get him on the show.
He'll be on the show eventually.
We'll get him. That'll be our goal. Yep. But like, it was just cool because I've been such a huge Motion City I loved his album. I got the pre-order, I got the vinyl and all the stuff, and I went, and he's at the rave, and he's at the smallest stage at the rave because he's a brand new act, technically.
Right. Yeah.
And so he's there, and it was super cool to go there, and we showed up for the band that was before him, and we had like awesome spots. It's standing room, but we were like 10 rows back, and you can see him, and he was just a super cool show. He's a super funny guy because he's like super awkward on stage. Like it just seemed like he's not all that good at talking to crowds.
You're really selling this show right now.
Well, it's like it's not like he was like nervous or anything.
Right,
he even said it. He's like I don't know, am I talking too much or whatever?
Right. Yeah.
Please talk for forever. I don't care. But, it was just a super cool show for him to play through, his whole solo album, and then he played a few Motion City Soundtrack tracks, and then he played Farewell Continental was another one of his like side projects. He played a couple songs from them, so it was just super cool, really awesome show to be at. It was cool to be there with a bunch of other people that were, obviously like true fans of like Motion City Soundtrack that knew, lyrics to his new album and all the lyrics to all the Motion City Soundtracks did. So that was just like a super cool experience.
Sounds like it's worthy of your best show.
Yeah, most def.
All right, good. Very cool. We got 2 categories left, Ryan.
Yep.
And I think we have to go with. We got to go with best moment now.
Yep.
So
we got to do it.
Whether you're ready or not, we got to do it.
All right.
So I'm assuming you probably want me to start.
Yeah, you should start. I think I've got one.
You
should definitely start. You should definitely start. But like, I think I've got
one. All right. Well, okay. So best moment. So earlier we did best like personal moment from this year.
Yeah.
And then so this category, best moment, is more just in general, just something that happened this year that was super cool or inspiring or just you enjoyed. But it didn't have to have anything to do with you personally.
Yeah.
So for me, so thinking about these things, I kind of gravitated towards more like science space type stuff.
For sure.
And, just recently we landed another rover on Mars, which is super cool. It's always cool that we're doing that. But like, it's not the first time we've done it. It's not as exciting anymore. And that sounds awful because it's still super cool.
We've already been there.
But that's the coolest part about it is it's become like routine now that we're able to do it. And that's really cool. But since it's not, like a breakthrough type of thing, I can't name it as my best moment of this year.
Yeah.
So, because of that, I've gone to something else, something that had never been done before.
Okay.
And it was, and of course I watched it live stream. And it was one of the SpaceX launches.
Yes.
And so SpaceX has built rockets to deliver stuff to the International Space Station. And they've been doing it for a couple years now. So that's not new in itself. But this particular live stream, this particular launch was doing something special. And they had landed rockets before, like back on pads, reusable rockets and stuff.
Which is just nuts.
Which is nuts in general. But they had already done that. If you've
never seen it, watch the videos of SpaceX's rockets landing.
Yeah.
Like
so
pre-landing.
They shoot it up, and then that rocket basically turns around and comes back and lands on a man-made.
Not only is it crazy from a technical standpoint,
it's nuts.
But it's so amazing from just a sustainability standpoint, right? Like you can then reuse that rocket. It saves millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. But they've already done that. That in itself is routine again. It's one of those things that it's still awesome, but it's
news if they miss the pad now. Right.
It's more news if they miss it. So in this particular launch, not only did they land one, but they land 2 rockets on pads. And not only did they land 2 rockets on pads, the rockets landed literally at the exact same time.
Ugh.
And you could watch it on the live. I'm watching it on the live stream. I'm seeing the rockets coming down, slowing down, and they're just right next to each other.
Ugh.
And oh my god, holy crap, they're doing 2.
It's just crazy.
They're doing 2, and and not only do they do 2, but they land both of them at the same time.
Yeah,
it was nuts. It was and to watch that live, it's one thing to watch it kind of on a replay.
Yeah.
But to watch it live, watch history be made live.
Yeah.
That was my favorite moment of this year. That was so cool to see.
You know what the plan is, but you don't know if it's going to work out.
Right.
It had to be great. And I watched it after but to be able to see it live, I mean, nuts. I lost it on watching it as a replay.
I did not even expect it. I just thought one rocket was landing. And then all of a sudden, in the sky, you see 2. I was like, no way.
No. It can't be done.
Madmen. And then they did it. It was so cool. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite moment.
Yeah. All right. It's time.
You got it? Whew. The time has come.
It is now. So
I can stall more if you need me to.
I don't think I need to. I've got 2.
I don't want to.
Neither one of them is good as yours. Well, one maybe is good as yours, but the other one is just more funny than anything else, and the other one is something that I actually think is super neat.
Go with your mechanical keyboard again.
Yep, 2 more on the way.
You got a freaking closet full of mechanical keyboards over there.
Oh, yep. I'm gonna take a picture of my desk. I bought a desk pad too. Super.
Is it a mechanical desk pad?
It is. It's got Cherry MX green switches on the desk pad. Totes know what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
So yeah. So honorable mention for me for 6 zeros. That was hilarious.
What? Wait, can you say that again? Sorry. You kinda
Kanye
cut out
West.
there.
Kanye West's passcode for his iPhone was 6 zeros. So
Forgot
just that whole visit and everything. If there's anything, there's nothing more 2018 than Kanye West visiting Donald Trump in the White House, telling him about the iPlane 1 design that he didn't come up with, that is years old, and then going on the most ridiculous rant while people just sit there and are like, what the hell is actually happening right now? And then he pulls out his phone and on national television types in 6 zeros as his passcode. And I get that he's distances himself from the whole Trump thing since
yeah,
and everything, but still, just his whole, just Kanye West and Donald Trump together this whole year has just been just a series of ridiculousness.
And then something else
to culminate in that meeting, and then to have on national TV, your passcode be 6 zeros.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a combination an idiot would have on his luggage.
Oh my god! And the fact that he is just always proclaiming how much of a genius he is.
Oh god! Just keep making music and stop doing anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, but so that is an honorable mention.
Oh my god!
But my actual thing that I think is, one of my best moments, one of the things that I think was very impactful for this year was, again, Kaepernick being in the spotlight.
Yeah, but he didn't even do any kneeling this year.
He did not do any kneeling.
Still in the spotlight.
Still in the spotlight. I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year at the Packers-Bears game that Catherine, as a national anthem is happening, she goes, "So you're going to take a knee, right?" And I'm like, will you shut up? Because the people around us clearly looked like they were not going to have me taking a knee, even if that were to be my God-given right. So I'm like, don't even say that. This is the start of the game. I'd like to enjoy the entire game.
I actually went to the game right after that whole thing started.
Did you?
Yeah. I actually sat down during the anthem. I was the only person. I was sitting. I wasn't kneeling, but I was sitting.
Yeah.
I heard a guy from a couple rows back or whatever, get up, nobody else is doing it. I'm like, that's not the point, bud.
Yeah, there was.
It doesn't matter if nobody else is doing it.
It didn't matter. This year at the Packers-Bears game, we went. Just as a reminder, even though we didn't win the division this year, the Bears. The Bears were up 20-0, then blew that entire lead. I have a T-shirt to commemorate it.
Weren't they up 23-0 at one point?
Yes, and I have a T-shirt to commemorate it, to rub it in my wife's face. She's a Bears fan, at this point,
she's got to be feeling pretty good nowadays.
At this point, she's feeling pretty good. Yeah,
so it doesn't even matter.
Well, we'll just not talk about that all that much. But yeah, there was some guy in the crowd during the national anthem who just randomly just yelled "fuck Kaepernick," and I'm like, yeah, you should definitely in the middle of the anthem yell that. That is definitely respectful of the anthem. Right. All this stuff. Either way, so Kaepernick and Nike's campaign this year for Believe in Anything,
which also created a great set of memes.
Right. Even if it means sacrificing, believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. Yeah. That to me, and I think to a lot of people, it hit pretty hard as, Kaepernick is a capable quarterback, right?
Yeah.
He's an athlete, and I don't understand why people don't have him on his team.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if especially since he's been out of football for a couple of years, I don't know if he could be starting on a team right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
he
like,
could definitely easily be a backup for sure.
Exactly, like since
if Michael Vick could come back and do it,
if
Kaepernick could come back and do it too.
Exactly. So that's the thing, and I think like that was one of the things, and like you said, it generated a lot of memes. Like people cutting the tops off their socks, thus making their socks useless. Burning things. A guy who called into the Breakfast Club. Locally it's like V100. Their morning show called the Breakfast Club and was talking. Well, at least I don't have to burn all my Jordan. And someone goes, and the host goes, "You realize Jordans are Nike brand, right?" And the guy goes, "Oh no." It's just like idiots.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff, but
people are just the worst sometimes.
I think in general, that campaign and, Nike sales just went nuts after that. Yeah. It's funny because like as many people that were burning their stuff, they obviously did like the risk analysis. As many people that were going to throw away their stuff or burn their stuff and not buy anything new, or I made the joke at a practice one time after that came out, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go to the Nike outlet and buy a bunch of stuff so I can burn it." And it's that's still money in Nike's pocket,
right?
So I think there's a lot of truth to that campaign. I think we're still at a point where this is a conversation we still need to be having.
Well, yeah. The landscape that this country's in right now is not helping things.
I think that campaign and not that it ever really died down, but that firing up and Nike getting involved, obviously for their own reasons. They obviously want to make money.
They know what they're doing. Every move that they make is about making money. They're gonna do just fine.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think just to keep it in light, the same thing with like the continuation of everything with like the Me Too movement, everything this year. Like, it's good, and it's been great this year to keep that type of stuff in the forefront and keep people's minds on it.
I think that's going to continue very much into next year too.
Yeah,
I don't see that stuff going away at all.
It's not going to, and it shouldn't. And
no, it shouldn't. But with what our government is doing and everything, it's not even close to going away.
It's more important than ever to fight on all those fronts, on equality for everyone and everything, and to keep voicing our opinions on just everything, like you said, because of the current political climate.
Yeah. So, all right. Last one. Best of the rest. So this is essentially just a shout out to anything else that you thought should be shouted out for this year, for happening this year.
Yeah. You want me to go? I'll go.
I mean, if you want, if you got something.
I got it. Okay. I think best of the rest. I think just, after everything we've really mentioned, I mentioned my wife. I mentioned all the other stuff this year. I want to just give a shout out to this 2018 Racine Raiders year.
All right. Okay.
I think it's always good. I love that I still get to play football. I love that I've got my boys with me. The years, some people got hurt. Obviously, you don't want anyone to get hurt, but obviously, some people got hurt that we definitely don't want to get hurt. But we did really well as a team. This year in general, even though we had like a switch in like coaching staff and we had players come and go, all that stuff. I think just in general, this obviously wasn't the best Raiders season I've ever been a part of because I started out hot with that undefeated season.
Yeah.
But I think it was a really good season, and it's just a shout out to all my guys on the team and to Racine in general for coming out and supporting us, every week when we play. It's just super cool. it just remains awesome to me that I can still play football, and that people still come out to watch me and watch my team, and see us either do well or do poorly. No matter what it is, we have the love from the city. So just always love that.
All right. That's an important thing.
Yeah.
It's a nice shout out. Nice shout out.
Yeah.
So,
What do you got?
For me, definitely gonna, shout out the royal wedding.
Yeah. God, I don't know what we would do.
I actually have no idea who in the royal family got married. There's too many of them. I can't
Meghan
keep track.
Markle and Prince.
They're all having
whatever his
babies,
face is?
according to the tabloids I see at the supermarket.
Yeah, they're all having babies.
Everybody's pregnant. Everyone's having a divorce.
They have tentacles.
They do.
There's some secret.
Sanctum.
There's always a secret.
Yeah. Now, my real shout out is gonna be to the United States women's Olympic hockey team
Yeah.
beating Canada in a gold medal game, getting their first gold medal in like 20 years,
Yes.
and they do it in overtime. It was like not even just winning, but the way they did it. That game was great. It was a great game.
Yeah.
It was nuts. It was nuts. Canada had a power play in overtime and had a wide open net and could have easily won. I thought they won it when she shot it. But the U.S. goalie, Maddie Rooney, shout out to her.
Yeah.
Where is she? She's up in Minnesota playing. She's a college. She's so young. She's in college playing
Jeez.
hockey. She's like 20 years old or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nuts. Like
she's
her
21.
first Olympics. Yeah. And she just stood on her head, just throws her stick up and knocks the puck away and saves the game for them, and then they go and win it in a shootout. It was such a really good game. I'm going to shout out to that. That was
That's awesome.
That was fun to watch. Cuz I think were we doing a show during that?
I think we did a show. I don't know if we did a show in that or right before or right after it ended. But I do remember you.
I was doing something. I was streaming. Was I streaming? I was either streaming or doing a video or something. Doing one of my YouTube things. I know I was doing something because I was cutting away to it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember if it was my other stuff or this podcast.
I think it was other stuff.
I think so too. But I'm trying to remember because that happened in.
You know what?
That happened in February.
It was. I will tell you. So I looked up an article, February 22nd.
Yeah.
It looks like, and we did record an episode that night.
Yeah, but I don't think we did it. Did we do it? Oh, because that game was on late, I think.
Yeah.
So I think we were kind of ending or something maybe as
probably
it was going. Then I ended up watching it afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they were over in South Korea playing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. So, but yeah, that's my shout out.
Hell yes.
A lot of good stuff happened this year. A lot of not so good things too, but
yeah,
we want to remember the good things.
Yeah, but the most important thing is we got through the year, no matter who you are.
We have a couple weeks left, Ryan.
We almost made it through the year.
We're on pace to make it through the year.
We're on pace to make it through the year and take all the knowledge and bring it on into next year. And make 2019 the best 2019 that 2019 ever 2019.
Right. So, with that, I think we're gonna get out of here because we doubled our normal recording time.
But we just had so
We
much.
did.
We had so much to
Special
say.
episode.
Special episode.
2-hour
And it's-
episode, Ryan. We did a
And it's
2-hour
been-
episode.
And it's been a while since we recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we essentially made up for it.
Plenty of
Thank-
pent up aggression.
All right, that's it. That's it for this year. We'll see you all next year.
See you next year. Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Binary Brothers Podcast. We can't wait for you to tune in next time. But until then, make sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and BinaryBrothersPodcast.com.